Hey, it's Max here. I'm super pumped to show you the Chatbot Mastery course. So in this video, I quickly want to explain you what you get because it's so much more than just a course. So if you decide to purchase Chatbot Mastery, you get access to the Chatbot Playground. So what you see right now is the Chatbot Playground. So this is the Chatbot Mastery course. And with the Chatbot Mastery course, you also get access to the Chatbot Basics course. So even if you're a beginner, this course is totally for you. So you get access to the course, some downloads, the flow library, toolbox, workshops, consulting call, mastermind, and help and support. But let's just dive into the course first so I can just show you what you're going to learn. So then we're going to open it. And this course right now has over 40 lessons, 47 to be exact. And I'm constantly updating these lessons and adding lessons. So I'm making this at this moment, but I'll make sure that there's also on this page a whole overview where you can see all the lessons that are in it right now. So we have 5 stages. Each stage has one purpose. So the introductory is just about what to expect and which tools I recommend to use. Stage 2 is about strategies and preparation, because we can start building an amazing chatbot immediately. But if we are not going to think about the strategy first, then not so much is probably going to happen. You need to have a solid strategy. So I'm going to help you with explaining the principle of a sales funnel and a chatbot funnel and how you can use this in your business. Then we're going to map out and structure your chatbot so that you have a plan of what to build before you actually start building. Then we're going to talk about the value first strategy and why this works so incredibly well. Then we're going to talk about segmenting your audience, which is really important, because if you know who your subscribers are, then you can also treat them as individuals and you can have like one-on-one conversations while you're talking to thousands. So that's really cool. Then we're also going to talk about some other things like getting people engaged, keeping them engaged, tone of voice, and defining your target group, where you will also get some cool sheets to make sure that you actually know what your target group is. So we want to help you with that. Then the most exciting stage, I think, is building your chatbot. So these are all implementation tutorials. So really advanced implementation tutorials. And for example, have a lesson about content looping. So content looping is my secret sauce. It's my secret sauce of the Messenger chatbot. With the content loop, we're going to make sure that everything in your bot is going to work together. It's like a brain that is going to make sure that your subscriber is getting the best user experience possible. And then we're going to talk about smart welcome messages, a mini interview, conditional content, making calculations, and about lead scoring. So lead scoring is really cool and is an extremely powerful tool to use in your messenger marketing strategy. So with lead scoring, you can know who your most engaged subscribers are and when they are ready to be sold to. So this is really cool. Then we have lots of lessons about Zapier and like advanced integrations. So we're, for example, going to talk about smart email captures and how can you synchronize this to your email service provider, for example, ActiveCampaign, and how can you synchronize these in such a way that they can work together. So that, for example, somebody is going to open an email and right at that moment, at that second, we can trigger a message to your existing subscriber in Messenger saying like, hey, I saw that you just opened my email, blah, blah, blah. Or the other way around, when they do not open your email. So there are some really cool integrations there. We're also going to talk about site tracking. If you, for example, visit your pricing page, then you can also trigger a message saying like, hey, do you have any questions about our pricing? Just let us know. Things like that. It's extremely, extremely cool. So then we have some additional cool tips, tricks, and hacks. So for example, getting the current day and using that in your messenger bot. So for example, if you're also doing support in the bot, then you can, for example, say like, during the weekend, you can check if it's the weekend. You can say like, hey, we're closed today because today is Sunday. We don't work on Sunday. And just ask your question and we'll get back to you tomorrow. And we're going to do all that with conditional content. So really cool stuff. Then we're going to talk about 4-minute follow-up, monkey-proof quick replies, automated follow-ups, creating a video series, managing subscriptions, creating an engaged quiz, and collecting feedback and reviews automatically to build your social proof. And it will also show you some ways how you can actually use social proof in your bot. So then we're going to talk about generating leads. So then we have the strategy, we build the bot, but not so much is going to happen if you don't have an audience, right? So in this stage, I'm going to show you how you can generate leads by creating an irresistible lead magnet. And I will also show you some cool things you can do with Facebook groups and chatbots, and also how you can use Facebook ads with Messenger, which is really, really cool because people can click on your Facebook ad and it will immediately go to your chatbot, and after they interact once, they're a subscriber to your bot. It's like, whoa, it's like so cool because you don't have that friction of people going to your landing page and having to enter their email address anymore. No, they only have to click once and they have to interact once, and then boom, you have them in your bot and you can start continuing the conversation. So then we're also going to talk about some other things. So the last stage, not last but least, is about making the sale. So I already talked about lead scoring earlier. So as soon as you get that right, if you know when somebody is ready to be sold to, you can push them into another sequence, and then we're going to create urgency and scarcity. And if you're into webinars, then you're really going to love this because there are some lessons about webinars, about how you can do one-click registrations inside Messenger, how you can also automate the reminders inside Messenger, and how you can also do smart follow-ups after the webinar in Messenger. So for example, if somebody attended, you can say, hey, thanks for attending. In the end of my webinar, I did you an offer. Would you be interested? Or if somebody did not attend, you could say like, hey, Max, too bad you couldn't make it. Would you like to see the replay? All automated. It's really cool. You will learn all that. So then we're also going to talk about receiving payments in Messenger. We're going to talk about personal automated emails, also really cool trick, and about creating a good landing page, more like a bonus lesson. So that's what Chatbot Mastery is all about, at least for the course, because you're getting way more than just this. So each lesson contains a video, but also some example flows. So for example, we go to creating a mini interview. So this lesson is all about segmenting your audience with something that I call the mini interview. So here we have a 12-minute lesson, then some bullet points about what you can do to do this well. And then you can also just take action because it's all about taking action. And then to really help you, I've also created some examples. So here I'm also showing these examples, and then you can just click in it, and then you go to the Flow library, and in the Flow library, you will find a lot of cool flows. So the internet's not so fast here right now. You will also see that, always see that when you make these videos. But here is an example of the mini interview. So we have the mini interview flow, and you get a short explanation, also which tags I used. And then here you see this advanced flow that you can just import into ManageIt by clicking this button here. And then you can just import it, change it to your own needs. And this alone will already save you hours and hours. And I've also A/B tested every flow over and over and over again. So that's really cool. So this is one of the flows that you get, but we have the Flow library, and the Flow library is a really cool place where you get a collection of all the flows together. So these are all the flows that you get with the Chatbot Basics course. These are all the flows that you get with the Chatbot Mastery course. And because you get the Chatbot Basics with it as a bonus, you also get these. So here we have the Chatbot Mastery. So I just showed you the mini interview, but as you see, that there are over 30 flows in total that you can just import and change to your own needs. So next to that, we also have some cool downloads. So let's go over to the downloads. So one of the downloads that you're getting is a Chatbot checklist. Another one is the tagging framework. You get access to the chatbot blueprint. So this one is part of the mapping out your chatbot lesson. You're getting access to the chatbot metrics, to a lead sheet, and also to a growth calculator. So these are really cool downloads that I've put lots of effort in for you, so that you can make optimal use of the course and that you can use these things with it to make your bot even better. So then with that, you also get access to a toolbox. The toolbox is basically a page of all the tools that I use, because I know that using the right tools right away will save you a lot of time in the end. I also do live workshops sometimes, and you will get an invitation for that, so you can just be there live, and you can also ask questions. And then on this page, you will see all the replays. So for example, right now, as I made this video, we have a feedback workshop and a content looping workshop. And this one is like 69 minutes, and this one is rather short, like 23 minutes. But during these workshops, we go even deeper on certain subjects. Then we also have consulting. So when you buy the Chatbot Mastery course, you get a free strategy call included. So we're going to talk 30 minutes one-on-one about your chatbot strategy, because I really want you to get the most out of this. It's not just a course that you buy and you never hear from me again. No, I really want to help you with this. And then we have the mastermind. So the mastermind is a cool group, and in the group, you will find lots of inspiration and people that are trying things and experimenting with things. And here, for example, Chris is showing a little A/B test that he's doing, or some other things. And I often share like news here or new downloads, new things. So that's really cool. You will really love that group. And then where were we? Then we have help and support. So like I said earlier, if you ever need my help with anything, if something in a lesson is maybe a bit unclear, then you can just ask me for help, and I'll be happy to help you out. And you can also always go to the mastermind to ask all your questions there. So that's everything about the Chatbot Mastery course. So this is something I'm really proud of. I think it's really one of the coolest things I've ever made, and would really love to have you on board. I'm sure you're going to love it. And if you, for whatever reason, don't like it, then I have a refund policy. So you get access to like the first 30 lessons. You can just go through those first 30 lessons in 30 days. And if you then decide that it's not for you, then you just get your full investment back. So that's it. Just scroll down on this page, and I really look forward to have you on board. I'm going to give you a super warm welcome, and I cannot wait to see you crush messenger marketing. All right, we will talk soon.